Hello, guys, welcome once more to Hollywood Recapped. Today I am going to explain a French action comedy movie known as Full Speed. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Tom is a middle-aged plastic surgeon awaiting his third child with his wife Julia. The couple additionally has two children, the eldest Lizen and soon-to-be middle child No. The family is planning to go for a 2-week outing to the countryside to get their mind off work. As they excitedly pack for the trip, someone rings the doorbell. It turns out to be Tom's father Ben, who has invited himself to be a part of the trip. Tom doesn't mind including his father, however Julia is not fond of him. Ben is a clumsy man who regularly destroys things. Although his intentions are usually good, Julia hates his annoying habit of intruding on personal conversations. She expresses her dissatisfaction to her husband, but the couple cannot do anything to keep Ben from joining them. Moreover, the children love him and prefer to encompass him in the trip. The family packs their baggage and carries them to the car. On the way, they meet their downstairs neighbor Juan. He tries speaking to Julia, however she dismisses him quickly and continues minding her very own business. He often hits on her, a lot to Tom's annoyance. The family then gets into Tom's brand new electronic car called the Medusa. It is in general automated with countless advanced features that even Tom isn't used to. He plans to get acquainted with the elements throughout the trip. Before they leave, Noah remembers that he left his toy harpoon in the house. The parents promise to purchase him another one at their vacation spot, however, Ben insists they have to return to the apartment due to the fact he forgot to pee. He and Tom go back, promising to end the business in much less than a minute. Ben by accident drops rolls of toilet paper into the toilet. As he tries to push them down, the toilet begins to flood and overflow. He ignores it and goes outside to the kitchen. Tom gets the harpoon out and attacks his father, assuming he is an intruder. After calming down, he gets a call from one of his current patients, Cecilia. She claims to be itchy in the areas where she had Botox. Tom assures her that the symptom is regular before hanging up abruptly. They return to the vehicle and act as if nothing happened. The outing begins, and Ben without delay starts annoying Julia. Meanwhile, Tom enjoys his father's company. After an hour's drive, the youngsters get hungry, so they stop at a fuel station to get some snacks. Ben meets a blue-haired girl named Melody and befriends her. Melody claims that her mom drove away with all her bags and she has no way to contact her. Ben offers to assist because they are going in the same path as Melody's mother. But understanding Julia won't allow a random girl in the car, he asks her to cover beneath the seat beside him. While attempting to clean the windshield, he by chance breaks the wiper blade, however keeps it intact so he won't get in trouble. They proceed the trip and Ben persistently suggests outrageous names for the new kid. He doesn't take the hint when requested to end, making Julia furious. She accuses him of being a pervert due to the fact he was present at the house each time she and Tom tried to conceive a baby. As they argue, the digital controller box underneath the car begins to malfunction. When Julia insists she desires to return home, Tom presses on the brake, but to his confusion, it doesn't work. He nervously continues driving and figures that he can't change gears either. After narrowly dodging two vehicles on the highway, Julia asks him what is wrong. He tells her about the hassle, however she thinks he is only joking. Ben gives him unhelpful tips that do no longer work. Soon, the family realizes they are in trouble. Melody also begins to panic and asks Ben how lengthy it is going to take. Little No sees her and tells his mother. When she comes to their view, Tom almost crashes the car in surprise. She introduces herself while the others watch her in horror, dissatisfied in Ben for the 100th time. To stop the children from panicking, Julia makes them sing a song. But while they are at it, they nearly hit a motorcycle and erupt into screams. Tom remembers that he has the vehicle dealer's number and makes Julia call it. The dealer is in a meeting with some other family, selling them the identical car. Upon listening to Tom complain about the new model, the man actually asks him to press the brake and declines the phone call. Melody notices her mother's car riding past them. She calls her many times, however is unable to get her attention. Suddenly, she snatches the harpoon from No and points it at Tom. She believes that the family is kidnapping her and desires to make sure she is safe. The others attempt calming her down, but she hits Tom and misses by an inch. Ben hits her on the nose and manages to get the harpoon back. Melody ultimately is aware that the family is not lying. Tom loses control of the car for a few seconds and hits someone's car door. The owner of the broken car is short-tempered Jackie, who makes it his mission to take revenge from the car door slamming douchebags and pursues them at high speed. Then, two traffic police officers spot Tom's vehicle running faster than it should. One of them follows their car while the other one goes behind Jackie, driving simply as fast. Back in the vehicle, Ben and Julia exchange places so Ben can assist Tom. Just when he goes down to repair the brakes, the cop catches up to them and is confused through the unusual sight. Tom tells the cop that their brake has failed, but the man has heard the identical excuse lots of times. Julia writes SOS on the back of a map and tries to exhibit it to the officer, however to their misfortune, the paper flies away and hits him in the face. After the officer gets rid of it, the map lands on Jackie's windshield, making him reluctantly stop. The second police officer catches up to him, however he manages to trick her and continues chasing after Tom and the family. Meanwhile, the head of traffic police is informed of the trouble, but she, too, dismisses it, questioning that Tom is lying to keep away from a speeding ticket. Eventually, the vehicle reaches a crowded cross-border checkpoint. The family braces itself, hoping to pass it without crashing. Tom serves the car a couple of times and manages to keep away from all the vehicles in their way. The traffic police head eventually takes the scenario severely and orders an investigation to be held to find out the whole thing about the vehicle and its owner. Following them, Jackie also crosses the border, decided to get paid for the vehicle damages. Tom then sprays water onto the windshield to clean it, however the wiper blade falls off, thanks to Ben. He makes use of a cloth and reaches out through the roof window. He nearly falls off in the process, however is successful in cleansing it off. At the time of emergency, Tom once more gets a call from his petite Cecilia, whose face and lips have now swollen. He suggests up a treatment before declining the phone call. He has been driving non-stop for the previous 2 hours, making his shoulders sore. Upon being constantly requested, Ben switches places with him and takes the wheel. Back in the car showroom, the dealer places the customer's family inside the new model. While they continue driving it, he receives a call from Tom, who curses him for giving them a damaged car. Behind the dealer, the new family also gets caught inside. When he tries to open the door, the handle breaks, proving that the vehicle was the trouble itself. The family begins vomiting inside it, a whole lot to his dismay. In the meantime, the police officers discover out that Tom's car was observed speeding a few nights ago. They get their hands on a photograph of Ben driving with a stripper in the same car. Because of this, the cop deduces the family is lying and points his gun at Tom. To show their innocence, Julia opens the car door and aggressively indicates them her belly. After that, the traffic police order all the vehicles to get off the highway that they are approaching. 2 officers drive in the front of the vehicle at all times to make sure they don't hit anything. Sometimes later, Julia receives a call from their downstairs neighbor Juan, who claims that their condo is flooded and is inflicting his ceiling to leak. Most importantly, he is concerned about all her nude paintings that have been destroyed. Just when Tom takes the phone away from her, Juan reveals how he has to spend time with her once more so he can paint them. An enraged Tom throws the smartphone away and asks his wife what the man was speaking about. It is clear that Julia has an affair with Juan. She admits that it was 1 year ago and she hasn't talked to him since, however it does nothing to help Tom's heartbreak. But then, Julia additionally exhibits that she is aware of he had an affair with his former secretary. The couple decides to discuss about it later when the kids are not around. To reduce the awkwardness, Ben says that he has to pee immediately. He has surpassed a plastic bag that he makes use of to do his business. They throw it out the window and it lands straight on Jackie's face. Still, he refuses to give up, places a bucket over his head and continues jazzing behind. Then, as the final resort, Tom asks Ben to press on the gas to speed up the vehicle at an even greater speed. The family holds hands, bracing themselves for the impact, but it never comes as the gas pedal breaks. Tom curses the car dealer and throws the pedal away in frustration. It nearly hits the traffic police and makes him crash. He survives the crash, however his motorcycle is destroyed. He and his accomplice in some way appear to meet Cecilia and borrow her car to help the family. Meanwhile, Jackie catches up to them and threatens them to give him the repair money. The youngest No makes use of his harpoon to hit the man and ultimately get rid of him. By now, the news about the car has made the television. In about half an hour, they will reach a traffic jam and are sure to crash. The police bring their vehicle in the front of the family's car to attempt to stop it by way of force, but that doesn't work either. Lastly, they ask the kids to be dispatched to them through the window. Although the technique is dangerous, it is their final chance of survival. The plan luckily works, and the youngsters are safely transferred to the police's car. When its melodies turn, Bill gets a little distracted, causing her to dangerously dangle between the cars. But he shortly composes himself and she is also safely transferred. However, the other 3 cannot fit via the window. The traffic jam is now only 5 minutes away. Just when they lose hope of survival, a police chopper comes to their rescue. Julia is taken out through the roof window and tied to a harness. Before being taken away, she tells her husband that she loves him. When confronted with the chance of never seeing each other again, the couple registers that they love each other greater than anything else in the world. Eventually, she reaches the helicopter safely and only the father and son are left in the car. They are seconds away from crashing when the helicopter pulls the whole vehicle in the air and saves their life. But they forget about that their car is not so durable. Its roof breaks, sending the bottom half to the ground. Fortunately for them, each Tom and Bill survive barring an injury. All of a sudden, Julia's water breaks and she has to be rushed to the hospital. In the subsequent scene, we see the family welcoming their third child. As all of them get on the elevator to eventually return home, it breaks and they are stuck again. The movie ends here. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video then please subscribe, comment and leave a like because it helped the channel a lot. See you in another explanation video.